Why am I shooting this? Well, because this is the first sign of any sun today, and it's about 10:45 in the morning. So it's been fairly wet overnight. The bucket that's collecting the leak from the roof was full of water this morning. So yeah, it's pretty bad actually. Yeah, hopefully we'll get some dry weather. But look, there's the bucket there, and I had to empty half of that contents, and it's still filling. So, and of course, there's no way I'm going to get a roofing guy. Well, I might have to start doing the hunt for more people, because there's a major problem with getting hold of tradies up here. There are other ways I can approach it, and that's basically going along the track of getting like a air tasker or something like that. That's where I found Adam, and Adam's been really good for me. He's really helped me out. So maybe that's not such a bad idea, but you can see it's bloody wet. It's totally saturated. I've been wanting to do another mow, but I'll have to put that off until maybe the weekend. I actually want to walk all the way down to Clifton Beach tomorrow, because I forgot to buy some yogurt. And normally when you're ordering online, in the past, what I've been able to do when I've forgotten an item, which I always do, the beauty of shopping online is you're still at home and you can still add to the order. But I hadn't been able to do that the last time I tried this. Now, I don't know if they've changed the system, or it's just a matter that I got in too late last week when I tried changing an order. I forgot about it yesterday because I had other things on my mind. I wanted to get my tax return finished, so that was more important, to get the wheels going with that. But yeah, I don't know. It's a great system they've got with the deliveries. I'm expecting one right now, actually. But it does need to have that flexibility of being able to add to an order. It's in their interests anyway, because obviously they want you to order more stuff online. But what I'll do is I'll use it as an excuse. I need some yogurt to make up some curry that I've made before, chicken curry. So I've got all the ingredients, but I forgot to actually order the yogurt. So I'm not going to pay the IGA prices, because they're just crazy. There is an IGA just up the road here, but yeah, they're too expensive. It's not worth the effort. So yes, yeah, got that problem. But I'm also having hassles with communicating with the person who sold me that garden cart online. I haven't been able to get back to them. Well, I haven't got a reply from them, I should say, apart from the one where they said, you know, that they obviously thought they were infallible and they couldn't possibly not have put the manual, assembly manual in with the actual the gear that they sent. Like I say, if I can't get this thing sorted out with the screws, you know, because I can't screw the bolt down enough to actually have a secure connection of the parts, I could just take them to Bunnings, I guess, and they could just give me a replacement, something that would actually work in that place. It just means I've got to pay more money for the damn thing, but I don't want to have to return it. That's a real hassle when you buy stuff online. And it's one of the things, you know, you've got to remember when you do buy stuff online. If you have issues like this, it can be a bit of a hassle. So if you buy something like at Bunnings, you can always, if it's local, if you've got the transport, you can take it back, but you can't. You've got to worry about postage in this case, and it's not going to be cheap because it's a parcel posting. It's a large item. It looks like the parts seem quite solid and everything. It's just that it's annoying when you can't put the damn thing together because they've just there's a fault with the screws. It's crazy. Anyway, the other news is too that the place across the way here, the one that was advertised with Ray White, I couldn't find it online when I was checking realestate.com. Still checking realestate.com just to keep it abreast of what's going on with the market. And that one over there, as you can see, has got a sold sign now. sold for $500,000, and they were asking for more than $499. So I guess technically they got what they were asking for, even though it was only $1,000 above. But you know, it all helps, I guess. I mean, I think they did pretty well personally. It wasn't a palace by any stretch. It did have a pool in the back, but it was nothing special. And I think it was actually a 3-bedroom place, if I recall. So mine's a 4-bedroom place. Looks a little sparse now that I've got rid of the palm tree that was there, which was okay, but it was dropping stuff over the edge. That palm's much more suited because it's a smaller palm, and that one there, again, you've got to get the right varieties. This one here's, that's the twin of it, and it's a bloody monster. But it's a little further from the house, so I'll leave it there for the time being. I may have to get it going at some other stage, but yeah, so that's basically just waiting for my groceries delivery, and then I really should try to find someone who can look at my roof, because the leak is not getting any better, and yeah, I've got a few things I need to do. I also should probably look for a landscaper with Airtasker, because it's not really a super skilled job, just requires a bit of grunt, and to get some, to basically build some planter type borders. Someone with a truck or whatever could do that sort of job. I also got to get on to Adam, because I need to get my the roof fixed now, because I've got all the new lights in there, and there's a couple of gaps in the ceiling, so that needs to be done as well. So like I say, with the house there's always stuff to be done. Got fluoros up here too, on the exterior around the veranda area. I'd like to get rid of them, but I didn't want to do it. So there's 4 of them. I'll just leave them for the time being, because I'm not using them at all really. I haven't had any entertaining happening. It'd be nice to have a barbecue or something, but you know, I've had friends coming up and staying here or whatever, that'd be okay. Well, Lynn's not going to pop over. She's crook with the flu. I haven't heard from her since I spoke to her on Monday, and hopefully she's not doing too badly, but I think she's probably bedridden. She sounded like she got it pretty bad, so it was a good thing we didn't catch up. And you know, I could do without getting the flu, even though I've had a flu shot, the standard flu shot, that is. There's no guarantee I wouldn't have got it and still felt fairly crook, to the extent of feeling like I got a cold, which I still do without. Anyway, so hopefully, I'm thinking of maybe asking next door neighbours if they know about these screws, because I've never seen ones that work like that. They've got a Phillips indent on the top of it, the head, and the actual screw itself just won't screw down further than just the top of the screw, so it's just useless. Anyway, I'm not the big handyman, I don't know all that stuff, so we'll just see. Maybe I think he'd probably have a better idea of it, but I've got to contact him anyway about what's happening with the tree, because I don't know myself. That dead tree at the back's got to be removed, so that's another thing that needs to be resolved, but step by step you've got to get these things done, I guess. Yeah, well, it's a good time for me to head off on my marathon walk around midday on Friday. I'm heading off to Clifton Beach. I want to just check out this walk and see how easy it is to get across to Clifton Beach. So I'll go and walk down via Starling, which is the way the bus goes, and that'll take me to the end of the beach. Then I'll cross onto the beach itself, and it's only a short walk across the beach to the Clifton Beach side. Then there's a road that goes all along the esplanade. So I've just got to do a left-hand turn down Endeavour Street, and oh, that's it there. Hold on, get my bearings. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, well, that's a good start. I didn't get. That's not Starling. That's what's the name of that bloody street? Anyways, Scarborough. Yeah, Scarborough Close, which is the place I first looked at, a property down the end of Scarborough Close, and it actually was two properties had the one driveway, which could have been problematic, but it had been fully renovated. Only a small block though. It would have only been maybe about 400 square metres, probably not even that, probably less than that. So I've got a lot more land where I am. I'm in the same area, and it's a much bigger house, but it does need work. Whereas the one at Scarborough had basically been renovated. It's just been recently built actually. It's a much newer home, so we're not comparing apples with apples here. So you don't get any light indication. I say that's one thing that probably this camera could do with. I've actually got the small screen so I can see myself here as I'm walking down the road, which is fine, but that still seems to cut out after about a minute after you start recording. So I don't know why they've got the other control for the timer, the other timer for the screens, because if you're recording it automatically, I guess it's, if you're not looking at recording, it will, well, I'm not sure, I'm just not sure how that works. It's one of those quirks of this camera. Okay, it's 12:33, so I must have left about 12:30, and it was good timing because the guy across the road was mowing their lawn, so I avoided that. Some guy was hurling abuse at somebody too for being on their property. I don't know what that was about, but there's a few expletives being bandied about. So that's unusual. You usually just get the noise of dogs or wildlife, but I know someone was very unhappy with an intruder. Anyway, hopefully they've left the area. It is a pretty quiet area generally. So we're just heading now towards where the barbecues are and the playground for the kids at the end of Koara Beach. And so then I'll cut into the actual beach itself. This is the is that the resort there? Actually, it doesn't look familiar. This is a bit strange. Actually, the beach must be down to the right. Oh, hold on. I'm a bit disorientated here. Where the hell have I gone? I've gone down to the... Oh, no, I've just gone down to the beach. It doesn't go directly to where the... Yes, that's right. Yeah, I'm in the right road, but that's it there. That's where the resort is, and that's where the barbecue area is, just down there. And that car's going into where the resort is. And it is Friday. They're going to have the pizzas tonight, I think, on the beach. So the beach shack comes to life on the weekends. Still haven't indulged in it. I got myself a frozen pizza delivered yesterday, and rather than having it straight away, I decided to freeze it because the instructions are that you need to freeze it so it will last the full date, which is quite long actually. Anyway, so I'm just heading towards the actual beach now. I'll just get back to you when I'm walking along the beach. Right, so obviously on the beach, walking on the compacted wet part of the sand, and I'll get down to where that little creek is and cross that, and then we'll be officially into what I regard as Clifton Beach. So it's pretty easy. Might get my feet wet, might just take off my sandals while I just walk across that very, very shallow waterway, little tributary out of a creek. Although we have had a lot of water, and actually it's probably a good time of day. Actually, some people are out on the water there. There you go. So it is winter, so it's supposed to be pretty low risk. I think got a couple of kids out there as well. So also, I just be interested to see how there's not really any wind today. It should be fairly okay, but this does have a wind cancellation program as well. And I'm using Steadicam. I think that I've left that on, so it should be a pretty smooth picture you're seeing, which is much better than what I had in the GoPro 4, which I don't think they, in that early version of GoPro, they had bugger all image stabilization, very primitive. The current GoPros have apparently got very good stabilization, but apparently this particular camera, the DJI Osmo's got pretty good stabilization as well. As a matter of fact, this particular camera, this is an interesting fact, this camera having the 2 screens got the jump for a year on GoPro. GoPro never had that feature, having 2 screens so you could do the selfie shots. And so that's just an innovation that ironically a Chinese company actually came up with an innovation, and if anything were ripped off by the Americans. They took the idea and added it to their product. Of course, it's a fairly generic idea. You can't copyright something like that or patent it, so it was open slather. Not that that stops many of the Chinese taking these intellectual property from the West. It tends to be a bit of a problem, to say the least. So actually, we can see the, that must be down there. Got the rocks there. There's actually a road just behind those rocks, so I can't see the little creek. It should be coming up fairly soon. There's a few people down here. Oh, it is nice. We're going to live by the near the beach. Just come down here. It seems a sensible thing to do. So, quite a luxury. Someone's been going along on their push bike here. I suppose that's not bad. It's actually fairly compacted sand here. So it looks like it was a mountain bike anyway. So that would make sense. Anyway, we'll just keep exploring and get across to finally be officially in Clifton Beach. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you, or entertainment or whatever. And either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great.